Welcome to Color Harmony. My name is Eric Francis. Today, we're going to talk about skin tone. So we begin by making a drawing on canvas. We then give it an umber wash, and we're ready to begin. Let's go. The colors I use to mix the formulas are going to be slightly off. The reason why is I used Liquitex heavy body paints instead of basics. The difference between the two is that heavy body paints have more pigment. So I'm using heavy body burnt umber. If you're using basics, just add more burnt umber. Several people reached out to me and wanted to know, how do you paint dark skin? You have your palette, you have your paint brushes, you have your paints, you've made a drawing on the canvas, you've given it an umber wash, you mixed your paints, and you're ready to begin. The first thing I want you to do is simplify what you're looking at. Let's take a look at the reference photo to see what I mean. So I break the thing down into about 4 different colors. We have a dark, a medium dark, and a light. Now, this is done just so we could simplify the thing, so we can get started, and we want to make things as easy and as simple as possible. The next step is to add more color. And after we add more color, we make it more opaque. We do this based on the reference photo. You don't have to have everything 100% perfect. You just need to have things close at this stage. What you're watching me do now is what we're going to have to do for our next step, and that is blend. I want you to notice how thin the paint is at this stage. As we progress, the paint gets thinner. I find that thick paint gets a little muddy, and thin paint is much easier to control. The painting isn't perfectly blended at this stage, and that's just fine. We're making a huge leap from where we were to where we're going. When we were laying out the painting in the beginning stages, we were doing it in a very general kind of way. But now that we're beginning to blend, we're doing it in a very specific kind of way. That makes it a lot more time consuming, because you have to take your time and try to match what's either in your imagination or what's in the reference photo. Everything that comes after this is refining what you've done in this first blending stage. I've known some really positive painters, but I've also known some really negative ones. And the thing is, they never stop painting. Never stop. Just keep going. If it turns out bad, boo. If it turns out good, yay. Imagine a day when you're not just looking at one painting, but you're looking at a body of work. Not one, but several paintings. It's a really awesome feeling that you should one day have if you haven't had it already. So I made a little mistake right here. I'm going to show you how I corrected it. I used a darker paint. It was a little bit too dark. So what I did was, with the same brush, I dipped it in water and just wiped it out. As you use the same brush, you wipe it off again and just pass it right over again until it's all gone. Before we move forward, let's go over what we just learned. We start off with the drawing, we get an umber wash, we then lay out the colors, We build the colors up until they're opaque, then we begin to blend. And we're just gonna keep continually blending, getting it more specific and closer to what we want. We paint in the lips, we add some highlights, and we're done. In the next video, we're gonna tackle how to paint dreads. Before we end, I'd like to thank Alice and the folks over at Empty Easel. It's an online art magazine where you get advice, tips, tutorials, and a bunch of neat stuff. I did an interview. You should go take a look. There's a link in the description. Like what you saw? If you did, comment, like, subscribe, or share. If you want to check out some more of my paintings and some more videos, you can visit my blog. And if you've been learning a lot and you want to further support this content, you can donate. That goes for paying for paintbrushes, canvases, paints, so I can keep making videos. This YouTube channel is a resource that anyone can use to learn how to paint. Your donations go a long way into making this idea a reality. And I thank you in advance for whatever you donate. These videos are made in response to questions that you ask, so feel free to ask. Peace.